So about 5 weeks ago, I was right along this path here, and it was a wet day, and as I hit the wood here and then got to the concrete, the back wheel just slid out and the bike just laid down and took me with it. So it's done some damage. After about 5 weeks, it's healed up pretty good, and I've come back to sort of document the situation. But really on that day, it sort of changed my perspective on things. I was pretty cavalier. I didn't wear any protective equipment, but after that day, everything changed.
Oh my God, what happened? What were you doing?
So I've come off second best against the concrete. It's my first stack. So I'm just sort of ascertaining what damage has been done. I'm obviously going to heal, but I might need to do some minor repairs on the bike too. Definitely needs a wash after all that. So it's all part of the mission, all part of the game. It's going to happen eventually. So now I just have to look at what went wrong and not do it again. So you can see here. And then you can see here, it's got a bit of a, where it came down on the right hand side. Basically, the bike just laid down on me as I went around the corner in the wet. And it's just done that. But what's good is the foot pegs and the pedals have taken most of the brunt, none of the frame's been damaged. So now it'll just be a minor repair jobs and recovery. So it wasn't the crash itself, it was the fact that for the next 4 weeks I had to sort of stop doing the things that I love. So like I said, it's changed my perspective on things, and I've got some new ideas in place to sort of run a bit more safely, which means that I can continue to ride and be as, I guess, carefree as I was before, but also be safe. So the main damage was done to my knee and my elbow. As you can see, it did a pretty good job. Having the extra weight of the bike and the speed that I was going definitely turned it into a human cheese grater situation. But this is a marshland, it was really slippery. I need to be more aware of these sort of things, and I guess incidents like this really sort of bring it to light. The only real damage done to the bike was the pedal and the rear peg, both on the right hand side. There was a little bit of damage done to the handlebar end, but overall, considering the situation, that was pretty good. It's going to need some tender loving care just to, I guess, get that back to normal. I was looking for an excuse to get new pedals anyway. New pegs, they're sort of disposable. So I'll give it some TLC, a bit of a clean up, and she should be good, back to good as normal. So it's good to be back on the bike again, but definitely going to take safety more seriously. Also going to be recording more often, especially on those long rides, because it would have been great to have some of the footage of the actual crash. But hopefully this will suffice for now. All right, so back a few weeks ago, when I came off the bike, I did a little bit of damage to the bike. Not too much, mind you, but the pedals, the handlebar, and the peg all got a bit of a touch up and a bit of a graze there. So the axle and the pedal has actually bent, and so when I pedal now, it's a little bit off balance. And you know, I mean, you don't spend this sort of money on a bike in order to have bent pedals. So I've gone off and bought some new pedals, but the first thing is obviously removing these ones. The easiest way to remove these, or the best way, is a 15mm spanner, and there's a little sort of nut system in here, and it works counterclockwise or counterintuitively so that the pedals sort of tighten themselves as they go. So you just undo that. So I'll do that now. Undo them. Alright, so that one's off. So then you just rinse and repeat on the other one. So like I said, I'll just do it on this side here too. Goes the opposite way, obviously. Alright, so we've removed the OEM pedals. Time to get the new ones. So these pedals are a wider stance, and the axle goes all the way to the edge, so you've got more place for your foot, more surface area for your foot, and stronger replaceable burrs for better grip as well. These are the SPANK 110s in black. they should be a good addition to the bike. And so these new SPANK spoon pedals, they need an 8mm Allen wrench or hex wrench in order to go through the center of the axle there. So they're a bit better to go on than the other ones. So that goes on this side. You can tell by the writing, you want to keep that so it looks right when you're on top of it. So I'll do this one first. Go the right way would help. Tighten that up. Alright, and so now we do the opposite do the same on the opposite side. And ta-da! New pedals. So, like I said, they should give me more surface area for the hooves. So, looking good. All right, I think that wraps up the episode. Thanks again for watching. I've officially got some skin in the game now, but it's led to some new pedals. I definitely think one of the most lackluster things you get with the bike when you get it is the OEM pedals, because they're just pretty flimsy and shoddy looking. So upgrading them was, I think, a good thing. It definitely makes it look better, work better, stronger. So that's going to be good for anyone, right? So thanks for watching. Appreciate your views. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Thanks.